Hello everybody, welcome back to the Blind Press YouTube channel. Yes, I'm here for a second video and hopefully a live stream soon, but that's besides the point. Before we get into today's video, which is a video from Mr. Justin Trudeau's YouTube channel. Yes, he has a YouTube channel. And so we're going to watch this quaint little video from him about immigration and why it's changing. And he's going to talk to us in a very calm voice. And we're going to see just what he has to say in a moment. But before we get into that, I would invite you, if you are new, hello, welcome to the channel. Please hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell so you know when I go live and post videos. So, Justin Trudeau's YouTube channel over here, and this little fireside chat video that we're doing here, this little blurb, it's 6 minutes and 53 seconds. There is a French version that I'm not going to go through, but for some reason it's an extra 2 minutes and 40 some seconds. I'm not entirely sure what he has to say in French that is so much extra than what he has to say in English. I kind of don't like that. It kind of gives credence to the fact that he tells the truth in French. At least more so than he does in English. But let's hear what Mr. Trudeau has to say about immigration and how it's changing in Canada.
Immigration. Let's talk about it.
Okay.
In the last 2 years, our population has grown really fast, like baby boom fast. And increasingly, bad actors like fake colleges and big chain corporations have been exploiting our immigration system for their own interests.
Mr. Trudeau, I'm going to stop you here already in the first 16 seconds of your video to say that those bad actors, those fake colleges, wouldn't be able to operate if you hadn't incentivized immigration as much as you did. Because Canada's immigration system was fine. It was very strict, and some could say that it might have been a little bit too strict. I don't necessarily agree with that, but that's neither here nor there. You incentivized immigration, sir, and you made it so that these bad actors would have an ability to take advantage of the system.
So we're doing something major. We're reducing the numbers of immigrants that will come to Canada for the next 3 years. Today, I'm going to let you in on what happened, where we made some mistakes, and why we're taking this big turn.
Oh my god, he's doing a video essay type thing? Holy crap. What is this, 2015 YouTube? My good god, Justin, you catch up.
There are two kinds of immigration in Canada. The one you probably think of most is permanent immigration, like when families come to Canada to settle and call it home. Every year, the government determines the right number of permanent residents that we want to admit. That's how it's been done for decades. But a plan that only talks about permanent immigration misses the other pathway, temporary immigration.
Yeah, and temporary immigration has been the big problem, especially with the temporary foreign workers. First of all, not being treated properly. Second of all, taking jobs away from entry-level citizenry that need that experience on their resume so that they can move on to better jobs in the future.
Temporary residents are people who come to Canada for a limited time, like international students, temporary workers, and so on. They come to work a job or go to school. When the job is done or when they finish their degree, most return home.
Most return home. Yeah. Or they just stay here without extending their visas properly.
Apply to stay as permanent residents, but most return home. So back to this year's plan. Historically, Canada's annual immigration plan just looked at permanent residents. The number of temporary students and workers that we admitted each year was left to the demands of the economy. It was usually a small proportion of our population, so it's never been a part of the long-term immigration plan. But after the pandemic, our economy came roaring back quickly, and we needed a lot of workers fast.
Yes, and they were right here. They were all right here, sir. You didn't need to bring in all those people. There were plenty of people that were ready and willing to work, and they needed the jobs, and because of what you did, those jobs were no longer available.
Canada is in the middle of a huge labor shortage.
Temporary foreign workers became such a significant part of our workforce that it'd be a mistake not to include them when we plan our immigration levels. So this year, we did exactly that for the first time. We laid out a plan that sets targets for both permanent and temporary residents.
But again, we don't need to be flooded with either right now. We need to be taking care of our own right now. You broke this system. You can speak as quietly as you want. You can make this into a nice little video essay all you want, but you are the one, and Sean Fraser is the one who broke this system.
This way, we're getting the full breakdown of people coming into our country so we can prepare the homes and infrastructure needed to support them. Like I said, immigration is based on demand. When we set our targets, we look at every province and territory. We ask the premiers, what are the gaps in your workforce? Is your population growing or getting older? We field calls from businesses, CEOs, economic experts, all sharing their thoughts on where we should set our targets.
I like how he's making this seem like it's this collaborative effort. You know, it's supposed to be, but if you look at places like Quebec, they're just over flooded with people that they can't do anything with.
We've had a chronic shortage of labor for the last decade. It is the #1 issue of all manufacturers across Canada. So we think there needs to be more, push the pedal to the floor to bring more people into Canada. Because
Ontario is facing a generational labor shortage. 380,000 jobs are going unfilled.
It's no surprise that every sector has different wants and needs when it comes to immigration. But after the pandemic, they all came to us with the same message.
I really don't think that you understood what that message was. I'm pretty sure that message wasn't, please flood the country with asylum seekers and temporary foreign workers, please. I'm pretty sure that wasn't the message.
After 2 years with closed borders, we need more people, more workers, fast. So we brought in more workers, and it was the right choice. It worked. Our economy grew. Restaurants and stores reopened, businesses kept running, but most importantly, in spite of lots of economists' predictions, we avoided the worst-case scenario, a recession.
Oh, we did? We did? Where? Where did we avoid a recession? Because everything costs way too much, and nobody can afford anything. And, maybe on paper it's not at a recession yet, but we are pretty damn close.
Some saw that as an opportunity to profit, to game the system.
To game the system that you broke.
The government says the program has been used to get around hiring Canadian workers in some instances.
Far too many colleges and universities used international students to raise their bottom line.
There are the diploma equivalent of puppy mills that are just churning out diplomas. There is fraud.
And who made all of that possible? Who made all of those things a reality? I don't know. I wonder. I'm just scratching my head. I have no clue who it could possibly have been. There wasn't anything like this before this person was in power.
And abuse, and it needs to end.
Because they could charge these students tens of thousands of dollars more for the same degree. And then there are really bad actors who outright exploit people, who target...
There's bad actors and there are really bad actors. Oh, well, thank you for being so decisive and explanatory between the two groups of people. The bad actors and the really bad actors.
Vulnerable immigrants with promises of jobs, diplomas, and easy pathways to citizenship. Promises that would never come true.
Promises that would never come true. Yeah, and you knew that. That's the problem with this. This is why I'm wondering why his French video is almost 2.5 minutes longer than this video.
Looking back, when the post-pandemic boom cooled and businesses no longer needed the additional labor help, as a federal team, we could have acted quicker and turned off the taps faster.
Could have? We could have? How about we should have? You can't even say that. You can't even say the words, we should have acted quicker. It's, oh yeah, well we could have, but we didn't, so too bad.
Now, it is time to make the adjustments to stabilize the immigration system that we need
Where does
and get
he
it
keep
working
moving
right
around
for
to?
Canadians for right now.
Immigration is primarily a federal job.
Like, listen to those jump cuts. Where does he keep moving from?
We have the levers to rein it in, so we are.
This is a big change.
The levers to rein it in. That's a strange way of putting it.
A major cut to immigration, reducing permanent immigration levels by at least 20%. New string of measures to clamp down on temporary immigrants.
That means a decrease in international students,
Wait.
temporary foreign workers.
Canada's new immigration plan
You can't even... You can't even take the time to outline this plan yourself. You're gonna help yourself with news clips?
is straightforward. Lower the number of new immigrants coming into Canada, both temporary and permanent. We're prioritizing permanent residents with the skills we need, like healthcare workers for our hospitals and construction workers who will build more homes.
How about you prioritize educating citizens to become doctors, nurses, and construction workers first before bringing in more people from other countries like that? Like, I'm not saying don't bring people in, but like, why not focus on educating our current population to do that?
And those temporary residents who are already in Canada, some will apply to stay in Canada as permanent residents. Since they're already here, established and working, the added pressure put on communities is very low. Or they'll leave Canada when their temporary residency expires,
Oh, will
reducing
they?
our population.
Will they now? You sound so very, you sound very certain of that fact.
Some temporary residents may turn to our asylum system when their visa expires as a shortcut to stay in Canada. Those claims will be analyzed and processed, and if their claim fails, they'll be sent home.
That sounds like a good thing. It sounds like it will actually happen. But again, how many people did Sean Fraser lose when he was the immigration minister? 1 million?
Between the amount of people coming and going, we'll effectively pause population growth for the next 2 years.
No, okay, so how about instead of trying to grow the population that way, you incentivize having kids by buying a home more affordable, giving like more grants for more expensive activities like hockey or lacrosse, like all those things, soccer, basketball, swimming, like give grants to make those things more accessible, match the funding with that, what's it called, that Jumpstart program.
Then from 2027 onwards, it'll balance out and slowly start
Oh,
increasing
it will
again
balance
at a
itself, will
sustainable
it?
pace. In fact, that gets us back to the population growth path we were on before the pandemic.
The immigration system will balance itself, you guys. You heard it here. It will balance itself. Wow.
This pause is going to give our economy and our communities the chance to catch up with things like our plan to build millions more homes. That's not stopping, but now we'll have a little more.
It hasn't
breathing
even
room
started.
We'll
Oh, don't worry. Our plan to build millions of homes isn't stopping. Dude, you haven't even started. There aren't even 100,000 houses built yet.
see more corporations investing in
Let alone
Canadian
millions.
workers and youth rather than relying on cheap foreign labor. Our cap on international students is already bringing rental prices down in big cities, and as we keep that cap in place, rents will keep coming down.
Oh, they will they? Rents will keep coming down because this is the only thing that's keeping rents up. Oh my good Lord. I can't believe he's this delusional after 9 years. Like, he still thinks this stuff will actually work for him.
We're making the system work for Canadians and for newcomers rather than for the big box stores, chain restaurants, immigration consultants, and sham colleges that exploit it. Immigration is a great thing, and we're lucky that so many people dream of coming to our country. Fulfilling that dream depends on having a good job, a decent place to live, and health care that you can access when you need it. We have to make sure our population isn't getting out ahead of those things.
Listen to how, like, that voice. Oh my God, that was his "I am a feminist" voice. That was the voice he used for that entire video. I cannot believe he actually managed to speak that quietly, that calmly, and that slowly. Without, I wonder how many ums and ahs his editor cut out of that video. Because there were quite a few jump cuts in that, and I'm really wondering how many times he recorded that and how many times or how many ums and ahs his editor had to edit out. This was a bullshit little video essay that I wanted to go over. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, I wanted to do a standalone video for that. But I hope you guys had a good time with this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe to the channel, and comment on the video. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Thank you for watching. Bye.